Okay, so in this video what we are going to see is how to create a UML diagram for a pattern and then apply the pattern to some other situation. So first up, what we need to do is start your whatever program that it is that you're using to draw UML class diagrams, and we are going to use the visual paradigm for UML package. So I'm hoping that you have this. You can get this for free. You can get this for a 30-day free evaluation period. And what I've done is I've just started it up, and I've opened up a project called Design Patterns. I actually have a few UML diagrams in here, but I'm going to show you how to use this. So you want to create a new class diagram. So you right click and say new class diagram, or you can go up here and say file, new diagram, class diagram. Okay, so every package is different. If you're using something like Visio, it'll be something very similar but different. Okay, so let's create a new class diagram, and it's waiting for us to type in the name of the class. We're going to call it Singleton. So just say Singleton, enter. It says the diagram name is Singleton. So all we need is this button to say that we're going to create a new class. And there it is. I'm going to move this around so that you can see all of this window. I think that should be visible. I hope. Alright, we're going to call it Singleton. That's the name of the class. Okay, so that's your standard UML diagram for a class. The class name goes up on top. Now, one of the things we want to do is make sure that this is got those two data members that we need. I'm sorry, one data member and two methods. So how do you do this? You right click and you say add and attribute. Attribute is the UML term for data members. Okay, and you're going to make it private, and you say that this is the ref attribute, which is of type Singleton. Alright, so now you have a data member. That's the reference variable. So I'll just go back to what we had here. So all we're doing is creating a UML diagram of this class. So we have a private and we want to make it static. Alright, let's do that. So you can edit all the attributes of data members. So we can say that this is type, scope is classifier. So it's not an instance variable, it's a class variable. Okay. And then the next thing you want to do is, you might get this message every once in a while. Just move this up. You just want to ignore this. Right, so if you do get that message, just ignore. Okay, so now we want constructor, and here's the thing, you want to make it private. Alright, and you can check that by opening the specification, and you see that it is private. Okay, the minus sign in UML means private. Okay, now the last thing you want to do is add another operation. and in this case it's a get object or get instance. Make that public. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Actually, we do need another operation, so might as well do it right now. We set up a clone method. And all you want in that clone method is to throw an exception saying clone not supported. Okay, so now let's edit this. You want this to be public, you want this to be static. Oops. It's not letting me change it for some reason. Alright, I'm going to cancel. I'm just going to do it here. Model element properties. Scope is classifier. Okay. So notice that all the static variables and methods are underlined. That's how, in this package, that's how it's, that's how we should say that something is static. It's underlined. And that's about it. That's all you need to do to set up a class diagram for Singleton. This one is a simple one, but at least it gets you to create a Singleton, create a class diagram. Remember, the class name goes on the top. You can change it. Oops. And you can create a constructor, make it private. You can create a public static get object method. For Java, this is you can create UML diagrams for any language. Other languages don't necessarily have the synchronized keyword, but Java does. Oops. So you can open up the specification and you can make sure, oh yeah, you have to return type. Forgot that. This should be Singleton. Okay, and you don't have any of this in Java. In C++, you might have one of these type modifiers. You could, okay, these are not abstract. Parameters, preconditions, postconditions, all those nice things you can put here. I'm not seeing where you can make it. Ah, here it is. In operation code details, you can choose synchronized. Okay, so that's only for Java. If you use this for other languages like C++, C#, whatever, you don't use synchronized. Okay. And if you want, you can also maybe make this final, make the get object final to it so that you don't override it in some other inherited class and thereby circumvent some of the security mechanisms we have in here to make sure that Singleton is, there's only one instance of Singleton. Okay, so it's a quick look at drawing a class diagram. I know this is a really simple one, but this is also meant to be an introduction to drawing UML class diagrams. Okay.